Apparently, all the plazas currently being demolished as Trade Fair Complex, Lagos, are owned by Igbo men. Let's read out this lamentation by this Vanguard columnist, Ugo Ebujo. Now, Ugo Ebujo penned this on Facebook, and I read, "This is happening right inside the Trade Fair Complex. These buildings belong to my friend. I was there recently to inspect the project, a massive modern complex. The construction lasted over 5 years. He spent billions. Nobody said he contravened regulations. These are some of the best buildings on the market. This demolition is being done right now. No notice, no letter, no warning. This is terrible." It's not funny. It's not funny. My father was present the day Ikembo Domeji Ojukwu wept at the commissioning of the Lagos Trade Fair Complex. He spoke with a heavy heart, warning us Igbos to look homeward and build our future in Igbo land. Sadly, everything he said that day has come to pass, except his call for us to invest in our own soil. The truth is simple. This is not just about permits, approvals, or documentation. The real problem is sentiment, deep-rooted bias against the Igbo people. That is why our buildings are targeted, our investments destroyed, and our progress deliberately frustrated. Government officials who should be partners in progress now take delight in destruction. They watch buildings rise from the foundation to completion, sometimes even collecting bribes or benefiting from the project. But once their greed is no longer satisfied, they suddenly remember master plans and move in with bulldozers to destroy. Tell me, is that justice? Or is it wickedness dressed in abada and distinct tribal mark? Why can't the Lagos master plan be made public for everyone to see? Why should there be 5 years of silence while a project rises only for demolition to come the moment it is finished? That is not governance. That is bad belle. Pure and simple. And who suffers the most? The Igbos who have poured their sweat, money, and destiny into a land that still sees them as outsiders. Ndị Igbo na-achọ gị mụta ihe. Unu atụsala ahụ ebe ọbụla ị gara. Ọwụ ị gara ebe ọbụla gị bisara ahụ relasi aka onye ezi. Enyi lọtawa ụlọ. No place is better than home. Also gị gaa ebe ahụ gaa n'ọdụ place rụọ, ị ga-ekwete. Ndị a ga-echi gị ọnụ n'ala. Chike. Edike ma ndị gị na ha na-eme ihe. Ime otu eshi ha eti na akwa ya. Enough is enough, my people. It is time we call a spade a spade. Lagos is not our final bus stop. Leave Lagos and divert your businesses home. Onitsha, Aba, Nnewi, Owerri, Abakaliki, Umuahia, Asaba. These cities are ours. Boni, Opobo, Gano Boni. See, if you take anything to Boni, it is quite expensive because you have to cross the sea. Bruno business unu gawache benda. Owalibu. These cities are ours, waiting for us to invest more and transform them further into global hubs. When we take our business, they also can run a Lagos, Cameroon, Ebobelene, you come down and look for us because we are the master plan. There is nobody that can satisfy them like the Igbos because we hold the master plan, now we know the business. Why keep building in a land that celebrates when our sweat is wasted? Why? I'm not happy. Let us stop feeding a system that does not want us. Let us redirect our energy homeward, expand our towns and cities, strengthen our roots, and prove to the world that Igbos can thrive anywhere, especially in their own homeland. Ojukwu's tears were not in vain. His warnings is our guide. Home is where our strength lies. Let us invest more in Igbo land and build a future that no bulldozer can ever destroy. Or the no ta career the now. Government ban your surgery destroy a plaza. And how think it possible? It's not done. Eh? There is no insecurity in the southeast. Let me remind you, southeast is the most secured zone in Igbo land. No matter what insecurity she did, it can oga they cannot. Oga they can ebe ndo fe man. Nke ha na ekwe, ha na agbafu. Ara agbala. Lotawa no. Okay, don't forget to join my class where I'll be teaching you how to write basic news reports, content creation and editing. And if you're interested in learning Igbo language or you want your children abroad to learn Igbo language, I have a Zoom class where I teach Igbo language and everything concerning Igbo. Per section is 1 hour and it costs $5. Send me a DM 0703711745 or DM me on my TikTok. Bye, I love you.
Between Dangote and Pengasin, who really owns the refinery? So today news broke that over 1,000 workers were laid off, just after they joined Pengasin, the oil workers union. A lot of people are already shouting oppression, intimidation, anti-labor. But let's take a minute and analyze this. Yes, Nigeria's constitution gives every worker the right to join a union. But the truth people forget is freedom of association goes both ways. If you can choose to join a union, then a company should also have the right to choose not to employ unionized, workers. Why is that? It's simple. Dangote is sitting on a $25 billion refinery project, the largest in Africa and the biggest in the world in single train capacity. Now, if tomorrow Pengasin decides to call a strike, that refinery shuts down completely. Billions get lost in a single day, and the entire Nigerian economy feels the shock. Can you imagine that? Aviation fuel will be gone. Petroleum queues will be everywhere. Diesel supply will cut. Forex pressure will worsen. Now, union in Nigeria have power, sometimes too much power. We've seen them shut down airports, shut schools, shut hospitals. So why is it wrong if Dangote decides I won't hand over the lifeline of my refinery to an external body that can hold me hostage? I don't see anything wrong with that. Look, Dangote isn't stopping Pengasin from existing. He's simply saying, if you want to work in my refinery, then play by my rules. You don't like it, then fine. Pengasin should build you another refinery so that you work there. That's the truth. At the end of the day, it's about balance. Yes, workers deserve, protection. But investors also deserve protection. Nobody in their right mind would pour billions of dollars into a project only to wake up one day and find their employees have given control to a union with a history of strike actions. So here's my question to you. Do you think Dangote is wrong for protecting his investment, or is Pengasin right to demand space inside the refinery? Let me hear your thoughts. This is Mr. Abdul Reacts.
In the last 24 hours, a very disturbing update has been trending on the Nigeria internet space that Dangote's refineries ended up sacking all Nigerian workers in their facility while replacing them with Indians, simply because the workers joined a union called Pengasin and Nupeng. Pengasin is Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association. Is a union that binds, the petroleum and natural gas workers at the senior staff level, while the Nupeng is Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers. Is also a union that binds all petroleum and natural gas workers, whether senior or junior. Now, according to the publication that was made by Sahara Reporters and some other, mainstream media, it is claimed that the singular reasons these workers were sacked was because they joined this union. Going into a little bit into history, unions are usually out there in every country. One of the advantages of these unions to the industry and to workers or to employees is that union oftentimes helps to negotiate the welfare of the staff, the welfare of the employees. They try to make sure that all laws that has been rolled out by the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity concerning employees' welfare are always met to the best interest and to the advantage of the employees. They have this negotiation. They also help to negotiate salaries and other packages for the employees. What I mean by negotiating salaries is to make sure that employees are being paid according to the pay rate, of their job across boards. And also, these unions also goes a long way to help employees to make sure that their rights are not being denied. Say, for example, an employee or a worker is being maltreated for one reason or the other. The union steps in to, either file a lawsuit, follow up accordingly to make sure that employees get their justice. So this union basically interfaces with the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity, making sure that employees are protected at all costs. Now, what is worrisome here is that many are saying or alleging that it was a mass dismissal, that all employees, all workers that joined this union were dismissed by Dangote refineries. While some other sources are saying that no, it was not a mass dismissal or mass sack, that there was a shutdown in a particular unit of the operation or in a particular unit of the production site, that it was those people who had a shutdown that were dismissed. So these persons are trying to say that the union had some kind of subtle protest or something such that production was shut down, that it was these workers who were responsible for those operations, for those units that were laid off. Well, that information has not been verified, either of the two. But what is still trending up till this very time is that Dangote dismissed Nigerians and replaced them with Indians. Some of these sources went further to say that now Indians are working 6 hours a day because Nigerians have all been laid off. And some are still saying also that Nigerians are still there, that there are still about 3,000 Nigerians working in the same facility. It is controversial. Nobody knows in precise terms what is what. But whatever may be the case, Dangote has released some publication where they said that they are open to protect the rights of their workers, and maintain a peaceful work environment. If you begin to read through this very publication you're seeing on the screen, in number 3, they highlighted that they are open for workers to join any union of their choice. And they are also ready to protect the rights of any worker or any employee who decides not to join any union. So if Dangote made this publication earlier before now, or made this commitment to their employees, it becomes questionable why Dangote will go ahead to sack employees or their workers because they joined union. The fact remains that there are unions in every country. It may not be so loud, but it is there. I've been involved in it, and that is why I know exactly what I'm talking about. The fact remains that in the civilized world, for example, when employees are being approached by some of these union organizations to join them, usually what some smart company does is to stage a conference to tell their employees why they shouldn't join the union. Sometimes they make this presentation by adjusting their salaries, adjusting some incentives, giving them some bonuses and all of that in order to make them happy. It is usually an open ballot. They allow the employees to vote whether they will join the union or not. So when they do some of this small abracadabra to entice and make the employees happy, sometimes the employees end up not joining the union. sometimes the employees goes ahead to even join the union, even with all the, PR and all the sensitization, as well as some little bonuses and all of that. So joining union is a voluntary thing, which must be allowed by every company, every organization. It is the right of the workers to join any union of their choice, and they must not be victimized or sacked for joining any union. That is an established fact. However, the liberty of joining unions should not empower employees to do any damage to the company where they work, like destruction of company properties, halting operations at undue time and undue hour, causing business losses, material losses, and other damages. Whatever protest and whatever walkout that employees must carry out should be orderly and should be done in such a way that it does not cause any material or production damage to the business. You know what I mean? And more so, I believe that the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity in Nigeria has to wake up. Yes, I don't know if they actually know their job. The Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity in this country, Nigeria, they should promote healthy work environment, promote employees' welfare, ensure that employees are not victimized with respect to joining unions, and come into resolve and settle this type of dispute that crops up, especially with respect to unionization and all of that. So I believe that adequate consultation should be made, between the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity as well as the Minister of Labor and Productivity himself or herself, and then with this union ESCOs and executives. But ultimately, it is the right of the employees, the right of the workers to join union. And this union organization in Nigeria must not forget that to whom much is given, much is expected. They are expected to work to make sure that employees get the very best. And I also think that time is of essence for this union to begin to go into investment in this country, Nigeria. Build factories, build investment that will also in turn employ labor, not only collecting deductions and taxes and all of that, from employees and all of that. I think at this material time, they should begin to go beyond collecting deductions from employees' contribution. You know what I mean? And I sincerely hope that in the end, those who were laid off will be recalled back. According to the Pengasin chairman or president, one Mr. Usifo, who said that those who were laid off will be recalled. I hope that this issue is resolved amicably, because Nigeria is already too hard for people to lose their job. At this point, I'll allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person, Siam. God bless you.
There's a video of an Igbo woman trending. I'm going to play the video for you after I finish talking. This woman is holding a placard saying that Ghanaians should let Igbos do business in peace in Ghana. That there should be freedom of speech and Ghanaians should stop the discrimination against Igbo people. Ghanaians should basically stop saying Igbos must go or Nigeria must go in Ghana, because Ghana is Africa. But here is my own take on what is happening. Mama, because you're an elderly woman, what I'm going to say is, instead of you to come and protest to Ghanaians to let your people be, why don't you encourage your people to go back to their homes, to their land? Like Yul Edochie, Nigerian superstar movie actor, the son of Pete Edochie. He posted a video on Facebook asking Igbos to go back home. That home is calling them. They should go and establish and, do things and invest in their land. Why do you think the Igbos are running away from home? They are going abroad, establishing great accomplishments. But yet they don't want to go and do it at home. Why? Because first of all, home no safe. And why home no safe is the same Igbo people that are the reason why home is not safe. Igbo people are some of the most lucrative and business-minded people. Like I keep telling you, if you go to any country, you don't see an Igbo man run back home. It's just like you have a sugar that ant doesn't like. But now, the issue about the Igbos and the Ghanaians is way higher than you understand. So you should go do some research to understand why Ghanaians are frowning at the Igbos. If you follow the story very well, you will understand that according to the laws of Ghana, no foreigner is meant to do retail businesses. But Nigerians are doing retail businesses there, which Ghanaians are overlooking. Where the problem stands up is where some Igbo men or boys, I don't want to say men, because the Igbo men in Ghana are very responsible and most of them are doing good and legit businesses. They have wives and kids in Ghana. But the Igbo boys will come on social media insulting the Ghanaians, telling Ghanaians to work hard as they are working hard, that Ghanaians are lazy. It's like you come to my house, I give you a room, I give you a land in my farm. You are farming. But the thing you are selling is what people want more. So you become richer than some of my children. But anytime you see my children, you keep harassing them and telling them to go and hustle, forgetting that the land that is feeding you is mine. The house that you are living in is mine. So when this Igbo king issue came, and Ghanaians said they don't want an Igbo king, Ghanaians could ignore it. Ghanaians already accepted the Igbo king. He had been king for years already. But why is it that right now they flared up? Because of the way the Igbo king said he wants to do his kingdom. It is the way he described the kingdom. Despite the fact that most or few Nigerians are doing bad things in Ghana that are recorded. So if you ask Ghanaians that, okay, tell me the things you say Nigerians are doing that you don't like, Ghanaians have records to show you. After this protest, Nigerian boys came online insulting Ghanaians. Even Nigerian girls came online dragging Ghanaians to go and hustle, stop being jealous. While in the first place, you're not even supposed to be doing business on their land. Retail business. Now, the Nigerians claim that when they sell goods in wholesale for Ghanaians don't like to pay. That's why they started selling their things in retail. But it is not an excuse. The law of the land is the law of the land. The present Ghanaian president is a very kind and gentleman. So he understands how the Nigerians feel. He's trying to amend the law against the wishes of his counterparts, because a lot of people will not agree for him to amend the law just because those rude Nigerians are coming to disrespect them on their land. So since they say Nigerians should go and you people don't want to go, they are trying to close your source of livelihood. These people are wicked. These people don't know. They are trying to, okay, you think you are richer than us. We say you should go, you don't want to go. Or you are feed now. Since you are richer than us, continue feeding and let's see. Just imagine a situation where Ghanaians close all Nigerian retail businesses. The number of rich Nigerians in Ghana will reduce. Most of them will go back home. And if they now see you driving an expensive car in their country, when you are not a successful wholesale business person, tell me what you will tell them you are doing. Will you tell them you are doing Yahoo? Will you tell them you are doing Olosho? Will you tell them you are selling white powder? Because there's a live video that was trending that Nigerians were saying that they will start selling white powder for Ghanaians to spoil them. You people should stop putting your own people in trouble. It is the church that you people are doing that is putting you people in trouble. Okay, Ghana is not the only country that wants you people out of their land. Go and protest in South Africa, go and protest in Dubai, go and protest in Italy, countries that will accept Nigerians but not allow Nigerians rent houses in their land, will not allow Nigeria open bank accounts in their land. If they talk now, you people will say Nigerian banks are the biggest banks in Ghana. These people, if you make them vex, they will stop using your banks and start using their Momo. They will lose nothing. You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm playing the video for you. Let's get it.
Shops must be open. They need to do better. As an Igbo person, if you are not speaking out about this thing, that means you are not a true Igbo person. You are not a real indigenous Igbo person. I am an Igbo woman. That is why I'm standing for my Igbo people. It's a peaceful protest. Take it round, take it round. It's a peaceful protest. No weapon. You see it? No weapon. Just a peaceful protest. I'm going to be here for at least 10 to 20 minutes. The government needs to hear, let this thing show very well. The government needs to hear that we the Igbos, we don't want problem. We do not want problem. What we want is peace for our people in Ghana. That is what we want. We don't want our people to go through marginalization. We don't want the Igbos to go through marginalization. There should be freedom of speech.
Breaking news that just came out of Nigeria yesterday, okay? Yesterday, the Islamic terrorist group called Boko Haram went to the northern east part of Nigeria and massacred about 70 people. 70 people last night alone were massacred yesterday by the group of Islamic in northeastern part of Nigeria, sparing only women. Men and children were massacred. In the morning today, there were bodies lying over in the floor. Okay, and there were rumors that the military men were informed that there were a group of militant Boko Haram Islamic terrorists that were assembling in the village area yesterday for past week, getting ready to attack the village. But he said the authorities in the northern eastern part of Nigeria absolutely did nothing. They did nothing. Yeah. So this morning there were bodies, about 70 bodies were discovered this morning alone in northern eastern part of Nigeria in a village called Bama. That is absolutely disgusting. That is absolutely appalling. And honestly, I have no word for the government of Nigeria and their complicit in allowing this sort of genocide to happen. Imagine, the report says since 2017, yeah, about 100,000 Nigerians, Christians, have been massacred in northern eastern part of Nigeria. This alone is a genocide because they are literally targeting ethnic Christians in Nigeria in northern eastern parts. The Islamic extremists are literally targeting only Christians in the northern eastern part of Nigeria, and the Nigerian government are absolutely doing nothing about it. Yeah, but they were more focused on what is happening in Palestine. I agree, what is happening in Palestine is horrible, but I feel like what thing that are happening in Nigeria is as equivalent as what is happening in Palestine, if not even more, because that has been happening since 2017, and a lot of Christian Nigerians have been targeted continuously, but nothing has been done about it. No protest. The government is just going about, and the government actually a few weeks ago were actually inviting the Boko Haram to have like a meeting with them and discuss a solution. Like, you're having negotiation with a terrorist group. Make it make sense, bro. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, because I think it's appalling what is happening in Nigeria, and it takes an American journalist, this guy, to come on the air to bring light to it. And we are all believing in our own little bubbles, get carried away by other global events. Why not acknowledging what is going on in Nigeria? But let me know what you think about this. Oh yeah?
Igbos are no longer welcomed in Lagos State, honestly. Lagos State government demolished 19 buildings in Trade Fair Market today. My question is, why are they destroying these buildings? Like, why? People's hard-earned money, people sweat. Like, why? What is the reason? Hey, according to them, they said it was an illegal structure. Like, I don't understand. Who sold the land to them in the first place? Who collected the money? Yes, in the first place. You cannot sell lands to people. After many years, you come back and demolish their houses. Like, it doesn't make sense. Hey, oh my goodness. Like, to what end? To what end? What is going on here? What is really going on? People's sweat, people's hard-earned money, people's investment. 19.
Okay, breaking. Federal Road Safety Boss Shahi Mohammed don talk say road safety officers for Naija need to dey carry arms to enforce traffic law. Wait o, arms, those same people wey dey chase keke and beg for something for weekend. Him reason be say heavy trucks no dey stop when they flag am, and sometimes officers dey risk their own life. True talk, truck drivers dey move like say dem dey drag road with God, But arming federal road safety no be small matter. We fit just be importing another problem. He also admits say corruption still dey inside federal road safety, but claim dem dey punish their own people faster than other agencies. Corruption dey, and the solution na to give them pew-pew. That one na like pouring petrol on fire. He insists say the arms no go be for normal stop and check, but for protection and serious cases. Naija we sabi, today serious case, tomorrow every road stop fit turn serious. Make we reason am well. Protection dey important, but who dey protect us from the protectors?
Ghanaians, una know the funny news now, right now. Igbos are no longer needed in Lagos. Ghana here, they sack Igbos. In Lagos right now, they sack them. For their markets right now, they destroy their shops in Lagos. You know, Lagos is not an Igbo land. The Igbo land is Imo State, Anambra, Enugu, Ibonyi. It is five in numbers. So Lagos State is Yoruba land. Right now, the Igbos there, even they destroy their shop. That means they are not needed. So these Igbo people, everywhere they pursue them. They pursue them. If you don't give them limits to things, they go take over you. You see that thing? So right now, Lagos, they destroy their shops. But they don't go fit talk. Even in Nigeria, they destroy their shop, but they don't go fit come out and talk. But if it is in Ghana now, you see them, you start to do blah, blah, blah. It's in Ghana that they will come and have power. In their own country, they don't have power over there. These Igbo people, you people will not calm down. People will not calm down.
Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate my new subscriber. Thanks for joining the community. Please don't forget to help us to share this video. Share it to friends and family. As you do, God bless you. See you guys on my next video. One love.